Peace and blessings, beloveds. I am Phoenix Nadi, the Copper Shaman, and today I have decided, after I don't even know how many years, but after so many years, to come back and do a chain tutorial with you all. So what I'm going to do is be creating a chain for this pendant here. So we have green aventurine, two stones that I put together here on a tinsel ring with pink or purple aventurine beads on the side, just to bring in the whole goodness of aventurine. It's a wonderful stone for prosperity and wealth, but it's the purple or pink aventurine beads that I added to it also brings about compassion and just passion altogether, I can say. This gives you, let's see the word that I'm trying to find here for the overall goodness and energy that this piece gives you. It's just peaceful wealth of abundance if it comes to finances, health, love, just good energy, good vibes. And so we're going to create a chain link to go with it. Now this is going to be a quick, simple, and easy one, not something that's too difficult for anybody, but if you stay tuned, you will see how to make this chain simple, easy, elegant, beautiful, and not too heavy, since this piece already has some weight on it. So come on back with me, or stay here with me, I should say, as we get to it. All right, so what I have here are some of the pieces that we're going to need. Let me zoom in here so you can see what we're working with. We're going to be using beads. Goodness, I couldn't tell you the millimeters for these. They're 3 different sizes that we'll be using today. And I have 2, I believe these are 8 millimeters here. So we have 2 green aventurines here, and then we have 4 of the sides down. So these may be about 6. Y'all forgive me. Usually I have this information, but I don't. And then these may even be like 3 or 2. Anyway, so we're going to be creating a bead link. We're creating 2 bead links to go with this one here. So let me zoom out just a little. There we go. So we're going to be using these to create 2 chain links to go on some chain links that I've already got linked together. I will show you those and how they look. I actually went on and purchased these in this way, and I took them apart for another project, and this is what I had left, and I think that it would be perfect. And so then we're going to add a few more elements to it as well. We may even add some more of the pink aventurine or purple aventurine. And the reason why I'm saying this is because we have so much green aventurine going on here. We don't want to, you know, just make it crazy. And besides that, I didn't get a chance to go grab some more beads. So this is what we are working with today. So let's get started. All right, so for these this bead link that we're going to create, I went on and purchased some copper pieces already done up. And this is when I said that it's going to be a little bit easier, is because it's not cheating or anything like that. It's just working smarter. Okay, there are a lot of things that are already made for us. We don't have to create every single piece by hand, although I do create a lot of my jump rings, majority of my jump rings myself, by utilizing, you know, mandrels such as this one here, or even a larger one, to make my coils, and then I clip them myself and file them down. But today I have decided, and then most recently in my work, to just work a little bit smarter. And so for this, we're going to use one of these, I was going to call it a pin. It's a bead pin pretty much, to create links. And when you're doing that, of course, you're going to have to create your loop at the end. Now you can use something like this if the size is the same as the other end, which this one isn't, so I won't be able to use these the step mandrel pliers here that I have, so I won't be using that. But what I will use are my chain nose pliers here. I'm also going to be using my needle nose pliers, as well as the bent tip needle nose pliers here. Okay, and this really helps me get in and secure things. I also have my flush cutters that I'll be using, and I will be cutting my own jump rings as I get to a point of needing them. So we will be cutting this down, or I may see what I already have available in my container here. So let's get these bead links created. Okay, so of course we're going to use a smaller bead to the larger bead, and then we're going to work down to the smaller bead again. We're going to kind of keep with the same pattern that we have here. We're just going to make sure that the green aventurine bead is in the middle. I like to make things a little uniform. Sometimes I like to have a method to what I'm creating and what I'm doing. I know that my last tutorials that I was doing, they were done a little, they're kind of wonky. I was kind of all over the place. I didn't have the right setup. But, you know, if I don't have the right setup now, that it's been like a year, 2 years or so, then something's wrong, right? So let me just update you guys on what I've been doing. I've actually been working really hard. Trying to change some situations for myself and my family, trying to get us in a better position in life, period. And I've moved from Arkansas. The last time you guys saw me, I was in Arkansas doing tutorials, I should say. I have some videos discussing some of the things that transpired, I guess you could say. So here we go. We're going to zoom in so you can see what I'm doing here, okay? So I'm going to, and I don't know if you noticed, sometimes when you get these chain nose, and I think I said this before in a video, one side will be slightly smaller than the other. And since the ring here is pretty small, hopefully you can see that, pretty small, right? I'm going to use the smaller side to create my loop there. If you can see it, you can tell. Okay. And you can use these bead links for anything. I used to make earrings with bead links like this. I might do my hoop here, or loop, and then put a earring hook on there, and that'll be like a nice little dangle earring. Yeah. So now we have it there. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it just a little bit more so that it is flush with the other side, just like the other one. I'm gonna take my cutters here. Now you wanna get in there as close to the other one, this one here on this side. You wanna get as close to that side as much as possible, and go ahead and clip. All right. And then you want to take your pliers and just close it off. Really easy, really simple. You don't have to worry about cutting lengths on your own unless, you know, you're working with something just a little bit a little smaller, a little bigger. Well, not even smaller, but maybe just a little bigger or something. And then you just want to make sure you have it on there and it's closed really good. And then you have a bead link. Okay, so that one's done, and we'll go ahead and do the second one here. Try and keep some of my tools on this side, so I don't got to keep reaching across the screen. All right, so find that hole. Let me move some things just a little bit. All right, so And then you want to find that hole and go ahead and get it in there. It's really easy, really simple. It just cuts out a lot of steps for you, and you're able to go ahead and get the job done, right? So we got the green aventurine one to add now, and then we step back down in size. There. And of course you can do these with any size beads you like. These would be, I want to say that these were like 20 gauged. Yeah, 20 gauge. So you want to make sure that your holes are big enough or small enough to fit onto this piece, and usually they'll fit on a 20 gauge really easy. So again, we're gonna find the smaller side, just this one here. So I don't like to do it up on the bead. I give it a little bit of space so that I can bend it over to, you know, it's not a 90-degree angle, but you know, close to it. Maybe more so about a 60-degree. And then either over the top or over the bottom, again, so that you can go ahead and clip it. Clip it as flush, as close to the other side as possible, right? And then we make sure that it's closed off. Really simple, really easy. Just like that. So now we have 2 chain links done. And like I said, I just didn't want to make the chain heavier than it needs to be, since the necklace is. So I have these cute, like oval shaped chains that have little small oval shaped, I guess they're kind of oval shaped. What would these be? Jump rings. Jump rings, and they have little openings right at the tip, so you can take your pliers and open them up. You want to be very careful with already pre-made ones though, because they can buckle on you. It's easy to use round jump rings, round jump rings here instead of the oval shaped ones. That's easy. These are going to be the ones to start the front of the at the bail. And so what I'm going to need is one in the middle that will go right here. So I'm debating right now, do I want to use this piece here? Is it, you know, the right size, or should I go ahead and grab just like a round one? But it would probably hang like so. And then we would be able to, I think I am going to leave it as such. So we want to put one on that side. And because we're closing it up, we're just going to go on and put it on both sides. Go ahead and close this piece. Now you want to rock it and make sure that there's a little click sound, okay? That's how you know that it is right back in the place in which it's supposed to be. And so now we have this here as if there's no break. There was no pause in the link, okay? All right. So we're gonna go ahead and connect these here. And then we'll probably connect these here. And then we'll go ahead and add another with an adjustable link at the end, or we'll add another chain. We'll see what we can do here. So let's get it all connected and then check the length, yeah? All right, so again, I told you these were jump rings. They're easy to open. These pieces can actually be made, and I will show you. As a matter of fact, let me grab, oops. Let me grab a tool that I like to use. All right, so these are mandrels as well. They're plastic, yes, and they're inexpensive. Okay, you can find these at Michael's, you can find them at Hobby Lobby, you can find them online, wherever you need to find them, wherever you shop for your jewelry supplies. They should have something like these available. So this one is a triangle, right? This one is an oval, and this is the one I'm going to show you on. This one is a circle, okay? I've never seen a square one for some reason, but it has a handle if you just feel like you need a handle. You just need a little bit more, you know, space to hold it. But you can utilize this here. And let me see. Let's grab a little bit of 20 gauge wire here. Got a little bit left. Need to go re-up on my supplies. But I'm going to show you just how this works. So I cut a little length off, nothing big, nothing special. All right. And we're going to just do the tip here so you can see how it works. So you'll just wrap. You'll just start wrapping. And then you just go around and round for the desired length that you so choose. Okay. Of course, you take your pliers, make sure you get your ends down the way you want them. The shape of this is not exactly how those are shaped. However, they do give you a really, really nice oval here. So we're gonna take this back around, right? Seal it off or push it flush down. This will probably give us about 2 good ones to work with. So there we have it. I'm all moving them around. So there you have them, right? You have them there. You can take your flush cutters or your, let me think, what is it called? Jeweler saw. If you are wanting to just cut all of them at the same time. But it's not difficult to go ahead and clip them, okay? And so, of course, those are no good. We can't use those. But then you end up with 2 really nice oval jump rings. So you can make this actual chain on your own if you so choose to. Okay? All right. And then most of the time, if you want to make smaller ovals, usually you kind of wrap them around you know, something smaller like this as far as a mandrel goes, and then you'll kind of squeeze it a little bit to get the oval shape that you want. But there we have those, and that's simple, very simple way to make some unique jump rings, and they fit flush together just the way you cut them, and you get that good snap sound if you heard it then, and they're perfect, right? All right, so let's get these connected. Sometimes I like to go about this way to let my clients actually see their pieces being created. Sometimes I'll do some short videos on like TikTok, and they like to see, you know, what's happening, what's the Copper Shaman doing. And by the way, that is the handle on TikTok, the Copper Shaman. I go over there and I post little quick tutorials, little snippets of what I've been up to. Also, again, if you are interested in just discovering, hey, where you been, what's been going on, I do have a couple videos that I recently posted, giving myself grace, just expressing, you know, just some of the circumstances and things that I've been dealing with. So that looks good already, yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and get this side done as well. Let's find that jump ring. Okay. So when you're opening jump rings, do not pull them apart. And when I say pull them apart, I mean like this way. It's going to totally change the design of it, and it's just going to take it out of whack, because moving them gives them tension. It causes tension, and that tension ends up making them either really, really hard to manipulate, or it gets to the point where that tension has reached its breaking point. So you want to just bend it this way, you know, the right way the first time, and then bend it right back to where it was, so that it doesn't snap or, you know, get stressed so much that it snaps and breaks. Sometimes I'll pinch it together to make sure that they are back flush where they were. So here we have that. So I put the chain, sorry, not chain links, but the bead links down low, because I want it to be able to be seen, right? I'm thinking about all of the visual aspects of these pieces, and I want to make sure that, you know, it's being seen, that, you know, the person who purchased it is able to show off, you know. I actually started making my pendants, right, and then make my chains as the client's purchase. So I'm strictly like resonance. If a person resonates with the piece, then I tap into the person's, you know, energy, as I'm a Reiki master, teacher, healer, and I decide to see what visually comes to me for that person, for that client. So again, here we're gonna just ever so gently, you know, put it back where it was, you know. It keeps its integrity and keeps it strong. So that's one side. And it's kind of short, so we are gonna add some more elements to this piece, kind of here. All right, so we got the last one on this side. Yeah. So here we go again. These are very, very sturdy jump rings. What I like to use, nothing smaller than 22 gauge. And then sometimes 22 gauge is too small, but if you have the right kind of wire, then it should be able to withstand these types of things. So we're gonna just bend it right to where it was again. Just make sure it's in the right spot. And there we have that. So right now we're looking at from bail to finish. I know you guys can't see. Let me see. I know you guys can't see the end of the ruler really. So it stops at 6 inches, but this is probably about 7 inches. So we want to make this a little bit longer, a little bit, yeah, quite a bit longer actually. And because like I said, I don't want to put too much green aventurine on there, I'm going to add some probably purple or pink, I'm sorry, pink aventurine down here. So let me grab those beads really quickly. And I'm thinking we're gonna do some to mimic what's already on the pendant there. I don't want to get too big though on the beads. So let me see. I think we're gonna do the 2 smaller sizes. If I can grab them, just pull this out. I have a my drawer here with my supplies in it, and I keep some things away in boxes, containers, just keeping them safe, you know. Staying organized. I had a problem with being organized before, and so I want to make sure that I stay organized and that, you know, I optimize my space. I think being organized as a jewelry designer is very important. Very, very important. And also having a sketchbook. those of you who are aspiring to be jewelry designers, and this is the reason why I do these types of videos, especially now. I've been asked a lot about teaching. And so I am working on, you know, getting to the point where I can start teaching and, you know, giving you guys at least the basics and showing you how to tap into your creativity, right? We have to be able to tap into our creativity to be able to implement the designs, you know, to get to a point of opening up our own creativity. I know a lot of people are uncomfortable with being, I guess it's kind of a vulnerable space to be in, because you're letting your imagination take you to a place where you have to connect to some, maybe even some childlike innocence within yourself to come up with new designs all the time. I know for me, it puts me in a state of, you know, that childlike energy. And it feels so good. It really does when you're creating. And sometimes I get visions. I think that would look nice. Well, wouldn't take away too much from it. What do you think, you guys? I think that works. But it doesn't take away, from the beauty of the piece there. So I think that'll be great. But yes, I look at the colors. I think these are so beautiful. The color ranges are just amazing. I'm also liking cherry quartz as well. Cherry quartz is beautiful. All right, so we're gonna do the same thing like we did earlier. Get these done up. Yeah, that's good. That way. I'm gonna take it under so I turn. Okay. Go on and cut. There we go. Make sure it's good and secure. Yeah, we're good. Let's get the next one done here. So let me talk about, I guess, where and how I started. My daughter was born, and I wanted her to have something special to wear. And so the very first piece that I ever made was a copper wire wrapped amethyst necklace. And I made it for my daughter, and I kept it until she was about a year and a half, almost 2 years old, I should say. I think, yeah, she's almost 2 years old. And that's when I gave it to her, because I felt like she was a little bit more responsible in understanding what jewelry is, and that she would wear it and, you know, not lose it or know when to say, hey, I want to take it off. And we did that for a while. It's nice. All right, so we need little small jump rings, and I'm gonna see if I have some. I keep them in my roundabout. Remember, I talked about being organized. This helps me a lot, especially when I've made jump rings already and I need to make more. This is my go-to, or I'm needing to find some, I should say. It's my go-to. And I think that I'm going to have to make some to fit this size. So let me see what I have here that's going to match. Now, these are not 22 gauge, okay? I mean 20 gauge. So this is 20 gauge wire here. And you can see that it is a larger gauge. than 20 gauge. Okay, so this is probably, I want to say 16. Looks about right there to me. They look about the same size. So these are sturdy, 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 sturdy. Okay, so I'm going to take that step mandrel, the smaller one that I showed you. Okay, this one here. All right, close my drawer here, and I'm going to measure the size of the smaller jump rings here. So we're going to open these up. Okay, let's go ahead and get these opened. I should have known that it was 16 because I have to use 2 pliers to open them and close them. That lets you know that they're good and sturdy. All right, so let's get an idea of the size. Okay, so it's probably the 3rd one here, and it's probably just smashed slightly because it's not like a full-on oval. It's still a circle. And so with that, I only need, well, I'm gonna probably do 4 on the 3rd one. Okay, it can seem a little difficult to turn, and I always leave myself a tail so that I have something to hold on to, and I try to get it as tight as possible. So when I know that I have about how many I need to have, I do go over, but I'm gonna start to get the tail wrapped on there. Okay. So, and I'm gonna use this one because it's easier to grab my my bent needle nose. And let's go ahead and get it closed. Yeah, this is some sturdy wire, you guys. Almost there. Almost there. And so I did more than 4 just in case I needed some more towards the end. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap just a little bit more. Now this might seem a little difficult because I don't have a tail, but you can always grab your pliers here. Just hold on to it in its place and then just turn it on it. Okay, let's do that one more time. Okay, we'll be good there. Okay, let's get it turned. Come on. Ooh, this wire don't play. Okay, we're gonna cut it off of the spool. Okay. All right. And I just want to join it back around to where we started off in the first one. Let me see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Exactly what we want. Okay. So you want to take it off the mandrel. So let's see, let's zoom in on these clips because there's something you have to know. Okay, so when you are clipping jump rings, okay, you want to use the very tip, okay, right in there like that. And you want to try your hardest not to clip the other coil, okay? So that's the end. We don't need that one. So want to line them up because this is how you're going to keep them flush to each other, and you won't have to file if you do it this way. Okay, one more time. Okay. go. Let's get the next one. All right, see, so I cut just a little bit on this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to cut that little piece off. There we go. And then get right back in there, right next to it, and cut the other one. Now with this being, again, 16 gauge, sometimes it's a little bit hard. So, especially if your flesh cutters are old. Okay, there we go. Good snap. Let's try this again. We've got 2 more to go. All right, let me see. Zoom out just a little so I can stop going out of frame. Okay, and then let's clip it there one more time. Up, see, I did it again. It's hard sometimes, it's hard. Sometimes it's, especially when they're small like this. Think about it if you had them even smaller. Oh my gosh. Even smaller would be difficult. But there we go. We got that one good. And then we have one more. And then you see how they lined up? Awesome. Awesome. All right. So they would have lined up a whole lot better had I not clipped off some of the other ones. So there they are. They are done. And again, because this is 16 gauge, we're gonna grab both of our pliers here. And what I want to do, and you know what? They're actually not 16 gauge. They are 18. And so my 18 gauge is here. And it is, let me see. Yeah, it's an 18 gauge. Darn, so now I have a few 16 gauge little baby jump rings that I can use for another project. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these wrapped and clipped, and I will be right back so we can assemble, okay? All right, so we have them clipped here, and it's perfect size there. So now we're gonna go ahead and put this other side back together, the 2 that we took off. And we'll connect these here. Connect the bead links. Let's get this closed up. I'm actually gonna, well, no, it's open, so go ahead and close it here. Okay. Go ahead and add the oval. Oh, 18 gauge is also another heavy duty sturdy gauge that is great for creating chain links, probably one of the best, right along with 16 gauge. All right, so now we have our pieces here that we made. We have to do the same thing to open these up. And so when I get it on and I close it, then I'm gonna kind of squeeze it a little bit and make sure I put my bead link on there as well. Okay. We're gonna close it up. Same way, front to back instead of pulling it apart sideways. Okay, we got a good click there. It's pretty good. And so now we're gonna look at it. You can tell it's slightly different. It may even be slightly bigger, but it is the right gauge. It looks a little bigger, but I think it's just because it's a different wire. And so now you wanna make sure that the space that you cut is at the end, and you want to secure it pretty good. And then you want to just give it a, I'm going to do it from this angle. Just give it a slight squeeze. That's all it takes. Okay? And it's about the same as the other. You can see that there. Not bad at all. All right, so let's do the same thing on the other side. Okay. Make sure we grab it good. Open it up from front to back, or moving it front to back instead of pulling it apart. I'm gonna add it to there. Go ahead and put the bead link on. Close it up. Good and secure. Beautiful. And make sure. Just kind of squeeze it together. Where is it? Gotta find the seam again. Hold on. Where is it? There it is. Oh, it closed up pretty good. Really good. Alright. Just give it a squeeze for security. Again, we're going to make sure that it's at the inside, and then we're going to squeeze it together slightly, just a little. There we go. We got that slight oval shape. Okay, so we're getting there. It's getting longer. It's getting longer. We are at, let's see, from the bail. Now we are at about 8.5. So let's add some more of our chain here, and then it has the connector pieces here. Guess it makes it a little nicer to have a little something hanging at the bottom, right? So going to take this in half we're going to take it in half at the oval, so you can see where we are going to remove one of those links, and it'll be the small one right here. Okay, so we want to find the seam on that, which is right there. We're gonna do the same thing. So again, we're working smarter, not harder in this video. But you did get a chance to see how to make those chain links, or jump rings, I'm sorry. So we're gonna have one side here and the other side there. Okay, we're actually gonna go ahead and use the same one that came off. Why not, right? A wonderful thing about our jump rings, or I'm sorry, the pliers that you get, and I think I got these from Bead Smith. They are sometimes magnetic. So it makes it easier to grab small things. I think that's nice. All right, so let's grab the end of that chain link, and then let's add the connector that we're going to be using here, the remaining of the chain. Okay, link them together, and you can solely do this all by yourself without purchasing ready-made if you so choose. Okay, you can always create your own jump rings like we did here. Even these here, that was a mistake, but you can always create your own jump rings, and I have tons of them. And again, you can do them in many different shapes to create your own chains, bracelets, you know, even earrings that you want to put chains on. You know, get creative, and you know, the possibilities are endless. They are indeed endless. when you just allow yourself to be open and free to express yourself freely and openly. I think that's when the most unique designs come about. And I was talking about that earlier. Sometimes I get woke up in the middle of the night with idea, a design, and I have to sketch it out. I haven't been to the point where I just have to make it. I haven't done that like in the middle of the night. I think that's more so when I can't sleep in the middle of the night. So, and I'm gonna go ahead and pinch this one as well, just to make sure that the size is the same, or the shape is the same, I should say, as all the others. All right, so there we go, just a little. All right, so now that we have gotten to where we are, we have options, right? And then we have some that we need to remove, it looks like. Just these two here, or this one. Who else did from this small one? And so sometimes you also find that sometimes you just gotta remove from other areas to get what you wanted to have. But I'm grateful for the opportunity to have been able to show you all how to create chain links or jump rings for yourself. So never fret if you run out. You can always make your own if you have the wire available, right? All right, I'm gonna use that one on the other side. So I actually could have left it on that side, but I'm going to leave the smaller one on this here, and I'm going to remove this oval. Okay, so we'll put this one back on, but I also want to show you clasps that I have available to use. So they have ooh, no, not you. Let me see. I have what they call lobster claws, and then I have actual clasps. It looks like I might not have the hook for the clasp. But here's a lobster claw here that is utilized, and oh, there it is. It's all the way on the bottom. And then we have these here that are hooks, and you can purchase them already done, or you can do them yourself, right? You can easily use just a jump ring. Let me see if I can get this to go where I want it to go. No, got you guys on the side there. Okay, well, I'll just put it in my hand and show you. So you have the lobster claw here, which is kind of standard. Most people use these a lot, or they make their own. It has the little lever on the side to open it up for you to slide a jump ring or something in there, which in this case, it would be a jump ring. Or you have a hook or a clasp, however you want to call it, where you put one on one end, one on the other end, and you hook it together, and then you have your closure. In this case, I am considering the lobster claw. This is how that would go, how it would look. But the finish of this is just a little different than the rest of the piece. So I think I'm gonna go with the lobster claw there. So let's go on and get these finished, these chains finished, and get the lobster claw put on. So this one would be here, or actually no, would be on this side, because that's the side we're gonna put the lobster claws. So we're gonna open up this one. Okay. All right, so we're gonna open this one up. There. Pretty easy to do. And if you find that you have it and it pulled apart a little bit, just kind of wiggle it gently back and forth, and you might be able to get it to go back to where it's supposed to be to fit flush. All right, and so we're now going to put this one on. Okay. We want to put the lobster claw on first. So make sure you put it on the way that you're able to close it without having to do it like maybe from the inside of the chain. So got that closed. All right. And so now we can connect them together. I'm gonna do it about here, or maybe the one below that one. Let's see, right there. Yeah. All right, and that's it. All right, so now we have a full chain that supports our beautiful pendant and matches, right? So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. Not too long, just simple and sweet. A simple, easy chain link, bead link necklace for a heavy duty pendant. Oh, there it go, I closed. Okay. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Again, you guys, of course, you can head over to thecoppershaman.com and purchase your very own jewelry from the Copper Shaman. Right now, we have our annual, actually, a raffle giveaway. Information is right there. And you can enter in by bringing or purchasing your raffle tickets on the website, or you can send over the $10 price for the raffle ticket. What we're giving away is our very first shaman box. Now this shaman box is about $100 value. It's filled with, of course, jewelry. Now you're gonna get maybe a couple pieces of jewelry in there. There's gonna be a tea mug or cup, candle, resin kit, journal, pen, crystals, and you also get a guidance reading from myself. Something really simple. We just tap into your energy, of course, via Reiki, and we give you a message, a special message specifically for you, whoever it is that wins this giveaway. And then we'll be implementing our monthly shaman box that you are able to purchase at your own discretion, or not necessarily discretion, but when you want to. It's not a subscription, so it's not something that's mandatory, something that you just have to do every month. It is more so that, hey, I think I need something specifically for myself, something that I can, utilize in my morning rituals or my meditations or whatever it is. We will have something special and great for you. So that is it, and that is all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Head over to the Copper Shaman, get you something special, get you something wonderful, enter the raffle. There is a banner at the top of our website that you can click on and go straight to it. Again, you can also go to Cash App. You can Cash App me at I am Phoenix Nadi, the $ I am Phoenix Nadi, and send it over. Make sure you put raffle. If you purchase more than one raffle ticket, make sure you put on there how many raffle tickets you are purchasing, and we're good to go. All right, you guys, I hope that the person who resonated with this piece loves their pendant and necklace. And until next time, I send to you much peace, prosperity, wealth, and abundance. Much love, 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 love. Thank you again for watching. I'm Phoenix Nadi, the Copper Shaman. Peace be unto you.